Hello, today we're back on with another base station. This is just a service, there's nothing wrong with it, it just wants a service. And this is the Midland 76900, the most expensive base station for the UK market, coming in mid-1982 for £369. At the time I wrote a magazine article for one of the various CB magazines at the time, saying, and I'll just go and find one, that it was the same innards as the Harrier CB, which it is. And Plustronics, who are the distributors for the Midlands at the time, threatened me with court action for saying that. Now I've got a Midland, a Harrier CB right here, which is in for repair. There's one Harrier CB, and I'll open that up, and I'll open that up, and they're the same set. Now, is the Midland 76900 worth £369 when the Harrier CB was £69–79? And you've got to look at it this way: is the case on the Midland 76900 worth £300? And the answer is yes. Okay, having taken the lid off, and it's a nice clean example, this, not being in a smoking household, which really can not help the longevity of CBs at all, or anything electronic for that matter. Right, and here's the Harrier CB. Cybernet 134 board in both of them. There isn't a difference. Oh well, Plustronics didn't like what I said, but there you go. Tell you what, we'll do the Harrier CB tonight, a nice set. And so are these. Well, it's a Cybernet 134, so we'll dig out the... I do have a full manual for this, but where I've put the Midland manual right at this moment eludes me, so we'll just work from the Rotel 231. And it's the same beast anyway. But if you looked at my KP77 job yesterday, and it was a Dutch conversion, and the transformer in it had got unshrouded primary connections. You know, there's none of that in this. The quality here is just totally different, and that was a disappointing, really, for a Unidem product. But I presume it was late 70s and had been in warehouses for years, so it was probably quite old-fashioned by the time the KP77 came around. But these are really nice, and they're safely made and nicely made, and it's a high-quality item. So, without further ado, I'll just dig the Rotel 230 manual out and we'll work from that. Okay, continuing now with this Midland 76900 base station, using the Cybernet PTBM 134AOX chassis. There is a problem with the radio, and it's in the internal power supply. So what we'll do is to run it from the bench power supply, which I'm now doing. We'll tune it up using the bench power supply, then we'll worry about the internal power supply another time. So the first thing to do on any Cybernet 134 is to select channel 40, which we've now done, and locating the far side of resistor 4, I'm looking for 4 volts on receive, and I've got 3.9 volts, and then going into transmit and unplugging the extension speaker. It didn't like that, did it? We're looking at 1.9 volts, which is reading 2.5. What I'm going to do is just check that we're in lock on channel 1, 1.6 on transmit, 2 volts on receive. I think we'll just slightly adjust the VCO on receive. Sorry, on miles away. on transmit, and that, if it was the receive, it's the coil there, which is oh, I don't know which coil it is, doesn't say on my crib sheet, but what we're going to do is to go for the trimmer capacitor, which is just there. So I want to bring that down slightly from 2.8 volts. And I brought that down to 2 volts. So I'll just go back to receive, 3.8, 3.9, 2 volts on transmit. So go back to channel 1, 2.1 volts on receive, 0.9 on transmit. I'd like it to be 1. I don't really want that to drop under 1. So we've got 1.1 on channel 1 and 2.1 on channel 40. That's a good compromise. That's set up. So it's channel 40, and you're looking for, on channel 40, as I say, you're looking for 4 volts on receive, and it's that coil, and you're looking for around about 1.9 volts on transmit, which is the trimmer capacitor there. Then I've just checked that on channel 1 that we're still in lock, and I wasn't happy with it being 0.9, so I just readjusted that slightly. So that's the VCO set. We're going to transmit. Let's see what it's doing. 3.8 watts on here, which is what you'd expect. So the first transmit coil is transformer 2, which is that one there. And then the next one. And then the third one at the back. T6 it says here. And then we're looking at, I'll just change the tools to be the green plastic one for the hexagonal L4. L8. L8's taken us to 4.1 watts, and then we're looking at L9. And that's the one we trim it back down to the 4 watts with. So that covers the transmitter lineup. So we've done that one, that one, that one, that one, L4, L8 and L9 for the final adjustment. Now we want the TX meter to read 4 watts. So I'll just zoom this out. And the TX meter is that one there. It's just reading round about the 5. So I'll just make that a bit nearer the 4. It's RV4, it's adjustment. And that's now saying 4. We need to check its on frequency. It should be 27.79125. So it's 27.79124. That's absolutely brilliant. It's a 10.24 crystal, and its trimmer is just there. I can't see which trimmer capacitor number it is, but there's only 2 in the set anyway. And the other one's the transmit VCO, so it's that one there. So we just need to now check the deviation. I'll just switch the other camera on to the right hand oscilloscope. Wallow. Wallow. I'll set this. It looks like it's right. It's round about the 2.5. And just check it isn't over the top. It is slightly. We'll just knock the deviation down a fraction, because you've got mic gain, which is RV6 standing vertically, and the actual deviation, which is RV2, according to my notes here. There we go, that's just dropped it a fraction. I've just made sure that mic gain was at full. I'd hate to adjust it and then mic gain was wrong. And then finally we need to just check that low power is doing 0.4 of a watt. So I'll switch the radio to low power. And just turn that camera off. And what have we got? Ah, we've got no power. That can often mean a dirty preset on this chassis. So we'll just spray that with the service oil cleaner and waggle the control round a bit. And there we have it. 0.4 of a watt. Switching back to, because so many switches on here, normal, and with 4 watts. That's absolutely excellent. That covers the transmitter, and the second video will be doing the receiver.